Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 48 of my Let's Play Torment Tides of Numenera, maybe it's called. Numenera. I can never say the word properly. Anyway, we just read that last episode. You want to see what it says? Either pause it now and read for yourself, or go back next episode, even better. And give me a like, subscribe on that, and on this one too, actually, like and stuff would be amazing. Anyway, continue. Nivaji, a hero, found the imprisoned scholar. It tried to wipe away the knowledge he's spoken and removed him from the world. He had the Niva gene stuck there. It would have seen the dust itself rewriting the words of current on the floor in the wind. He bows his head, but it was too late. The words had infested his mind. I found the words, I burned them from the world, trapped them in the maze in my mind, and then they exit. So you're about to release them. Alright, good. If it literally destroyed 8 worlds, you don't want to really destroy the 9th. Tell me about yourself again. What are you going to do about the weaponized memo that's burning your mind? Well, I could always kill myself, honestly. I don't think anyone else could carry it, and the alternatives are too horrific to bear. He tilts his glass towards them. I love my colleagues here, but can they handle the words of Quara? I don't think so. Right now, I've got them locked into a mental construction. No one has even the slightest idea how to build. Your best opinion... Oh, I guess I get to help him here. Your best option may be to eliminate yourself. It's the only way to be sure you destroy the word. I do have a space in my mind, and I can contain the words of Quara there. You should release the word, unburden yourself. I don't actually have a solution right now. Well, I do have more questions. Well, I'm trying to get my memories back, so why not? And I do seem to be getting stuff trapped. He leans back and crosses his arms. Really? How is it that you're better accustomed for the words of Quara than I? I'm more than strong enough. Use your psychic ability to read me. So maybe you're all better off killing yourself. Tell me why. Oh, fudge. 60%. Nah, he focuses on you and you feel something like skittering of spiders across your mind and plunge inside, and suddenly you sense his presence in the lava of him. You can feel his mind recoil. No, I don't think so. It's not just your mind in there. Many minds share that space, and honestly, I just don't trust that you'll guard the word. Your best opinion may be to eliminate yourself, to release the word. I don't actually have a solution right now. Crud and lamp saved since I've read don't know how much of this stuff. Why could my mind not be stronger? Don't actually have it right now. Do you still want my opinion on what to do with the words? Yeah, I can't. You know, get strong combat, that option's gone now. Let's try with my mind again. What can you tell me about this place? Yeah. Oh, fudge muffins. Seriously. Ask the Rama, ask Leto, ask Zeba, or Farah. I just drink here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these must be the 5. Obviously, that's one of them. That's one, so the other 2. Oh, I think it said that's the Diarma, didn't they? Yeah, you Zebra. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So you're Firebrands. You're Zaba, you're Darren, so there's a Leto and a Ferric somewhere. Zeba says one of the veterans of psychic projection. Is it you? Oh, is this just the restart stuff? Tell me about your adventures again. Oh, it is it's again. Oh, it just redid the stuff. I thought there was new stuff to ask. Can you tell me about the 5th eye again? Can you tell me about any stories about the others in this bar? I can, but I won't. Okay. Talk to them yourself. They all have a piece of wisdom that they carry in themselves. I won't dishonour them by telling their stories for them. He scratches under the brim of his hat. I can neutralise them, but every story would start like, here's a warrior, selfish and self-absorbed, knowing about themselves so they can help the world. But they're all more than that. See if you can get them from a different perspective than me. Okay, farewell. Okay, I'm going to save because I'm probably going to come up with something else and I won't be able to change it, will I? diorama of the bloom. The whispered moustache on his pudgy middle-aged man would be almost comical if it weren't for the deep and depressing eyes. They are depressing, despairing eyes. They are the eyes of a man who has passed through the gates of aliens' hell and returned, though not necessarily whole. Okay, well, you leave behind there, you mind? His fingers tightly wrap around some fine glassware, as strong and slim. Okay, in fact, it's glassware. But then again, that could be made up projection, couldn't it? I'm imagining it's his fingers or a stranger's. Before you open your mouth to speak, he says, "What is this place in your head?" Oh, it's a labyrinth. A labyrinth? He raises his eyebrow and leans back in his seat. That's a novel construction. He starts ticking items off on his fingers. I've seen people construct psychic fortresses, cathedrals, graveyards, hellscapes, and vaults from which no life escapes. All dramatic places, all powerful and forbidding. But a labyrinth? Well, that's a whole different construction. This speaks to cunning and guile. Do you mind if I take a quick look? Seems like a strange thing to carry and not know anything about. His voice is polished and clean, friendly but intent. Okay, go ahead. My thanks, though it's not often the wisest choice to let strangers into your mind. I'll not do you any harm. Might help even. He smiles, takes the strings out of his words. Ready? He breathes in, and suddenly you feel you are a moth tucked inside a gigantic prism, with eyes peering in at you from all around. You are held tightly in an enormous fist. You are a flimsy piece of glass, held up to the light. Yet somehow it is not utterly terrifying. His words come to you as if from a distance. A shared space, such depth, such twist. It builds itself around your experiences, around those who share it with you. Shared spaces are occasionally dangerous, so I sharpen a part of your mind. Oh, nice. That probably would have been a better thing towards youth. Him first, wouldn't I, for him now? His voice draws closer and the pressure eases. I didn't probe deeply, but this would be an excellent battleground. If you lured a foe to you, you could trap it within your mind. You could destroy it. Oh, the inductions, yes. Last cast I permanently gained 1 intelligence pool. Maximum intelligence pool. Now, yeah, that would have been better for him. He sets the glass down and shakes your hand. I am diorama of the bloom. He pinches the bridge of his nose, his eyes tightly shut, and you feel a gentle and powerful presence surrounding your conscience. I have a request for you. It might seem strange, but you have an interesting topography to your mind. You might be able to help us. Fifth Eye is home to psychic veterans. We fought an incursion of the nightmares, I suppose. Nightmares sieving into the city's shared dream space, eating minds and leaving husks behind. We called them the Avatars. We burned them out and categorized them, and the wounds through their infected our reality. But I can't shake the nagging feeling that one of them survived and waits to strike. I trust my intention. Now it's telling me to ask you for help. I'll be happy to help. What do I need to do?
I'll remember that.
Eyes adversary. He breathes a sigh of relief. My thanks. I feel the adversary. I know it's here. I know it's close. He's watching us, but it's hiding its presence, and I fear it will strike when our guard is down. It may well be in the fifth eye right now. Oh, great. So I've got to decide which one is a projection. I've got to find some kind of evil spirit in here. I can remember this place is wow. It's like 5 hours of gameplay in this place alone. He shrugs helplessly. Sorry, our fifth eye is blind. He jerks a thumb at the bartender. It might be that your foe has blinded us, but it might not have shielded itself from you. Look for it and tell me if you find something unusual. I think I may have laid on identity of evidence. Do I? Let's see what he says. I am grateful for you, your friend. Tell me your suspicions and I'll see if I can confirm or allay them for you. Woman over there. Man in blue with the pipe or the strange Numenera. Could he be the adversary? The man in yellow shirt. Him. Okay, what about him? What about that other woman?
Making a note.
Ah, yes. While she's unpredictable and possibly dangerous, she's not an adversary. We've tried to remove her before, yet she always returns. Rather than risk any damage, we just stay out of her way. Advise you do the same. Okay. Man in blue with the pipe. All the strange Numenera. Could he be the adversary?
I'll remember that.
Sir Ava? No. He's a wanderer and a collector of knowledge, but his interest appears to be entirely beneficent. He's a strange one, it's true, but no, he is not the adversary. Sure, what about him?
Making a note.
That poor lost soul is not the adversary. There's more to him than in the first apparent, but you should not fear him unduly. All definitely not human.
Making a note.
I have sensed O's presence and reached out to it with my mind. It is not an adversary. It's, well, I don't know how to describe it, but rest easy because O probably won't destroy you properly. So keeper, what about him?
Making a note.
He shakes his head. He is a tale of personal tragedy and sorrow, though perhaps the end result is not the worst for the people under the cast's Tilia care, but he's not adversary. Could it be Clinton?
I'll remember that.
He bursts out laughing. I understand that your devotion to destruction might make her seem a monster, but like the rest of us, she is merely human. Never mind, let's talk about something else. How come back to talk to the others then? So far everyone I've talked to, isn't it? Like, I guess that's a lie. She thinks you're a valuable ally. Seems to hold you in high regard. She thinks you're a valuable ally in the endless battle.
I'll remember that.
I've got more pressing matters closer to home. The adversary, remember. I'm not going anywhere until we've dealt with that nightmare. Okay. Challenged me to find out which of you is projects. So, are you real? I'm not sure because he was holding the glass of slop, but I said that could be projection. He hasn't really done anything to say he isn't since. Tell me about yourself like that. This might give me a clue. I told you, they call me of the bloom. Yeah, Darren of the bloom. That kind of says like he's off somewhere, as he's not here. So maybe it is him. I thought it was normal to play. No, the bloom. I was born there, and I knew nothing of the world outside for the longest time. I thought it was normal to play in passages made of guts and tissue. Okay. To hide from slavers in difficult to watch visitants staggering in from other worlds. Learned how to read people there and how to understand them. And one day I left the bloom and came to Stagger Cliffs. I discovered the world was a different place that I thought, okay, he's basically saying he's here, not as a projection, so that's when I learned to fight. That's why I learned to fight. He gestures at himself. This isn't a warrior's body, of course, not in the usual sense. He smiles and a great presence swells in your head and vanishes before you can even register the alarm. Because if he can fight with his mind, he might not be here. So now my theories on him. Out of the three, I'd say him currently. Because the other two touched each other. Hopefully one of them will touch him, so I know it's not these three. But I'm not usual. No one in the fifth eye is. With psychics, that would again see us call us mind benders or fort rippers. But we're warriors. We keep the minds of cyclists safe from the threats that they don't even imagine. The old man growls. They all go crazy, they did. Not that they were exactly paragons of sanity at the best of times. What is this place? This is the Fifth Eye. You might think of it as a retirement home or a veterans hospital, but it wasn't always this way. Look around. He gestures at the pipes and the discussion machinery. There's a reason we're here. Ask your questions. Tell me about the nature of the Fifth Eye. What did you mean when you said it was a veterans hospital? Tell me about the history of the Fifth Eye. And that one. He raps on the nearby wall. It's a solid sound, no vibration. We don't know what this place was, though the pipes and the machinery make it seem like a kind of pumping station. But what it is to us is... And then his mind whispers to yours. Sanctuary. Nice. A crawling sensation, like insects under your scalp. This is what the outside world is. You see an image of the city beneath you, rovering with ribbons of light that flare in a million of colours. Each of those ribbons is a thought, word, deed, and each calls out for attention. His companions nod. He continues speaking. When we're here, we can dampen that noise. The voices become voluntary. We can still listen, but it's not insistent, whatever. Whatever else this building is, it's shielded, safe for our kind. Tell me about the nature of your fifth eye again. Tell me about the history of the fifth eye. We'll ask next time. So let's grab a good stuff to you next week's episode. Bye for now, and have a great bit of day. Bye.